burning heart of the African savanna, a force rules that allows no weakness. The lion, an enduring symbol of power and authority, commands a land where life and dominance are decided in mere seconds. Here, every breath matters, and every movement can mean the difference between holding the throne or losing everything. Conflicts do not always erupt with roars. More often, they begin in silence through calculated stares, cautious steps across dry grass, and unspoken tension. Defending territory, protecting the pride, or challenging a rival demands constant risk. In this unforgiving world, power is never permanent. It must be earned and defended day after day. On the African savanna, nothing is guaranteed. Even the king can fall, beneath a sun that scorches the land and stirs clouds of dust. Each heartbeat becomes a test of survival, and every confrontation shapes the fate of those bold enough to stand and fight. This is Tsavo, one of the last strongholds for lions in East Africa. A scorched land where the ground itself seems to crack beneath the presence of apex predators. In the wild, a mane has long symbolized authority, protection, vitality, and unquestioned royalty. But in the searing heat of Tsavo, that display becomes a liability. Here, the king stands exposed, stripped of what was once his most sacred emblem. Yet nature has a way of defying expectations. In a land ruled by warriors without manes, those who were different began to stand out. They are few, but their presence commands respect. Their testosterone levels are unusually high, their immune systems remarkably strong. Conflict is inevitable. The former ruler quickly finds himself at a disadvantage. No blood has been spilled yet, but tension hangs thick in the air. From this moment on, the balance of power in Tsavo shifts dramatically. The maneless figures withdraw into the shadows. The era of crowned kings has officially begun. The path to dominance is paved with force. Coronation comes at a cost. first test is no ordinary hunt, it is the Cape buffalo, a living fortress weighing up to 700 kilograms, armed with horns that can span nearly a meter. Known as the Black Shadow, this animal is among the most dangerous prey a lion can face, responsible for more serious injuries than any other. A lone lion has only a small chance of escaping unharmed. But when the pride hunts together, those odds improve. At the center of every confrontation are the lionesses. This is where the new king proves whether he truly deserves the throne. The scent of fresh blood is sharp and unmistakable. Red dust settles over the fallen giant, and the message carries across the land: a new ruler has arrived. No one can ignore it. But authority is not maintained by strength alone. The pride must eat. That duty falls once again to the lioness's relentless hunters, who provide for the group while the males guard the cubs and defend the territory. This time, the target is the zebra. Weighing around 300 kilograms, it offers enough nourishment for the entire pride and poses far less risk. Its striped coat creates a visual illusion, confusing predators when the herd runs together. Identifying a single target or predicting its direction becomes difficult. But once the herd scatters, the chase favors endurance and the lioness has limits. Her heart cannot sustain a long pursuit. One precise bite closes the airway, and the struggle ends in silence. After a successful feast, lions need only a day or two to digest. For these rising nobles of Tsavo, hunger is not just discomfort, it is an unacceptable weakness. Their ambition reaches toward the impossible. The Maasai giraffe, an immense giant rising up to 5 meters tall. One well-aimed kick is enough to shatter a lion's skull in seconds. But predators understand the unforgiving laws of physics. The higher the body stands, the harder it falls. The giraffe carries an extraordinary heart, weighing up to 11 kilograms. Built to force blood upward against gravity and supply the brain, this constant effort creates exceptionally high blood pressure. When the giraffe flees, its heart rate surges dangerously, pushing its body to the edge of endurance. The lions are aware of this weakness. They wait, watching for the precise moment when the giant begins to tire. The stillness breaks. That is when they strike. Claws and teeth tear at the thick hide, targeting vulnerable points where strength gives way and balance falters. In the savannah, even the tallest life can be brought down when exhaustion takes its toll. The scent of the hunt drifts through the air, summoning the scavengers of the savannah. The lion's path crosses with the warthog its first major setback, even when they are not seeking to assert dominance. Lions often target this animal. It offers dense muscle, generous fat reserves, respectable speed, and above all, perfect adaptation to the dry landscapes of Savo. Active during daylight hours, the warthog shows no fear of the relentless heat. It shelters in abandoned burrows, deep tunnels that provide refuge beneath the earth. For the lionesses, these dens are like sealed containers, waiting for the precise moment to be opened. Everything depends on timing a single, accurate bite to the neck, delivered just as the prey emerges. Fate is decided at the threshold of its own home. When there is nowhere left to hide, prey is forced to flee toward the inevitable. Short legs cannot compete with the predator's lethal reach. The chase is often brief, but when the dry season stretches on, the suffocating heat exposes the true brutality of this realm. Resources begin to vanish, too. Cortisol floods the bloodstream, breaking social bonds. Now, the so-called nobles fight over the remains of an old, sick warthog. With empty stomachs, The crown becomes nothing more than a meaningless ornament, and when pride finally collapses, true humiliation is only just beginning. No longer able to resist beneath the claws, the prey turns to deception. Warthog burrows are built with multiple emergency exits, carefully concealed beneath the surface. As hunger tightens its grip on the lions, a thermal trap takes shape. Beneath the blazing sun, the warthog remains motionless, calm on the surface, waiting. Now, many of the gazes that once lowered before the king no longer do so in fear. The Nile crocodile has detected the scent of weakness. After extreme exertion, the lion's body drives him toward water to lower his temperature. At times, the river offers brief relief after a failed hunt. But hesitation is fatal. If the lioness reacts too late, the crocodile's bite, delivering nearly 22,000 newtons of force, can stain the current red. A counterattack. If the crocodile remains submerged, the lion stands almost no chance. Lions can swim, but they avoid water whenever possible. The reason is simple: their dense fur absorbs water, becoming a heavy burden that strips away speed and maneuverability. Yet even this aquatic predator observes a fragile balance. In this land, lion and crocodile are less sworn enemies than rivals bound by tolerance, not by mercy, but by mutual recognition and a primitive form of natural justice. If even a cold-blooded predator like the Nile crocodile can recognize it, the rest of the savannah will soon understand where true power lies. Not even the quiet architects of the endless plains are willing to bow to this crown. The contempt is no longer concealed. These young elephants, especially the males, are entering a phase of intense hormonal change. Their confidence and aggression are absolute. To them, lions are not worthy opponents in a direct confrontation. Yet the big cats remain a constant threat. Unable to bring down a fully grown elephant, they redirect their violence toward the next generation. The target is always the same, the weakest link, young, vulnerable, and often momentarily separated from the herd. At close range, the force of an elephant's trumpet is enough to shake the chest and completely disorient an attacker. The lion finds no clear point of entry, no opening to exploit. And now the question remains open from your perspective. Which animal poses the greatest challenge to lions during the hunt? Share your thoughts in the comments. But Tsavo is not a chessboard reserved solely for lion kings. Human perception has long burdened the spotted hyena with the reputation of a cowardly scavenger and opportunistic thief. A serious mistake. In reality, hyenas secure up to 90% of their food through hunting. Their true weapon is not brute force, but relentless endurance. With a heart disproportionately large for its body, the hyena can sustain high speeds for hours. It turns the hunt into a brutal test of exhaustion. Even a Cape buffalo can fall. The most vulnerable are always the young. A mother's desperation dissolves into the harsh, almost celebratory laughter of the pack. It is a savage world, but a functional one. And nowhere is this cruelty more evident than when the prey is a zebra. The attack begins from behind legs and hips. Jaws strike from every angle, like a storm of sharpened spears. The hyena does not wait for death before feeding. Eating fast is not cruelty, it is survival. no mercy here, no dignified endings. To spare an enemy is to sign one's own death sentence. Yet in the endless dust of Tsavo, scarcity forces even the hyena to yield. This is when that small percentage of theft becomes relevant. The target solitary hunters, leopards. Like lions, they drive their prey toward the mouth of a burrow. The prey's final scream becomes an invitation. The leopard relies on agility and elastic power. The hyena arrives with twice the mass and a bite capable of crushing bone. Solitude almost always loses to numbers and strength. But the leopard is not naive. It knows how to wait. Hunger sharpens patience. This time the target is an impala famous for its precision leaps and the leopard's suffocating kill. Then fate intervenes. The impala falls like an angel cast from the sky. The hunter is left empty-handed. So is the thief. Greed ruins the feast for both. The leopard has waited for this moment. Now it takes on the role of the raider. 1 second of carelessness is enough for hunger to strike back. The hyena's excessive weight condemns it to the ground. The tree becomes an unassailable fortress. Destiny changes sides except for the prey. For the cheetah, justice does not exist. To reach speeds of up to 112 kilometers per hour, it sacrificed strength and protection. After every chase, it falls into severe oxygen debt, and the hyena knows it. At any moment, the cheetah can become prey. Even with starving cubs at its side, it cannot afford to risk confrontation. Still, the hyena is rarely satisfied. Though the lion's dominance has slightly weakened, few dare to challenge them head-on. But ambition is not always born of hunger. In the darkness of a den, innocent eyes sleep without protection. Why are those cubs left defenseless? Because hyena society is ruled by an extreme and unforgiving matriarchy. Males occupy the lowest rung, wandering without purpose or authority. Females must hunt alone, recover their strength, and feed their young. That absence becomes a silent sentence. The piercing cry of spilled blood reaches the ears of the mothers. Pain ignites into a surge of raw adrenaline, plunging the old king into chaos, clumsy, overwhelmed, out of place in the sand. Help has arrived. No matter how many they are, even hyenas cannot withstand two lions standing together. Beneath the crimson dust of the setting sun, two kings remain upright, lungs burning, unmoved, as night slowly settles over Tsavo. The pride still stands, but the foundations of the throne are deeply fractured. At around 3 years of age, the young princes of Amboseli receive an unavoidable sentence: exile. To preserve the genetic strength of the species, sons must carry their lineage far from home. In time, these outcasts find one another, and Tsavo becomes the natural destination, bordering the land where their mothers were born. They know exactly who rules this territory. They advance in silence. They hide. They watch. They wait. When strength is on their side and the old ruler is reduced to a shadow of his former self, the moment finally arrives. Those who once commanded power are now bent by time. Even the lionesses tremble not for themselves, but for the small lives hidden beneath their legs. The final purge of the old dynasty begins. This is not cruelty alone, but a brutally efficient strategy. Raising cubs suppresses ovulation in lionesses for nearly 2 years. By eliminating the offspring, the male halts prolactin production and forces the female's reproductive cycle to restart within weeks. This is how selfish genes secure their survival. Soon after new cubs are born, attentive care from both males and females ushers in a rare period of calm in Tsavo. Once again, the relentless machinery of nature resumes its course. Beyond the conflict, Tsavo's native maneless lions begin to lift their heads. Fear fades with the fall of the former rulers. The future remains uncertain, filled with threats and unanswered questions, but for now, the true kings of Tsavo have reclaimed their dignity. The manless lion has always been, and will remain, the true emblem of Tsavo. In the waters of the Mara River, danger never rests. In the heart of East Africa, where the endless plains of the Serengeti merge with the Masai Mara Valley, one of the most unforgiving survival arenas on Earth unfolds. At dawn, golden light washes over rolling grasslands where countless animals move relentlessly forward, guided by ancient instincts toward fertile ground after the rains. Yet beneath this serene beauty lies a fragile reality, where every step can determine life or death. Across the vast African plains, a cloud of red dust rises beneath the hooves of tens of thousands of zebras. Year after year, they undertake one of the planet's greatest migrations, nearly 800 kilometers across Tanzania and Kenya, heading north toward the Mara River, a lethal scar cutting through the Savannah. An adult zebra can reach over 2 meters in length and weigh close to 300 kilograms. Their striking black and white stripes are far more than decoration. Shaped by millions of years of evolution, the pattern helps regulate body temperature under the relentless sun, disrupts predators' visual perception, and even reduces attacks from blood-feeding insects. Each pattern is unique, allowing foals to recognize their mothers within the apparent chaos of the herd. As herbivores, zebras lack claws or fangs to defend themselves. Survival depends on speed, and the explosive power of their hind legs kicks strong enough to break a lion's bones. They travel in large social groups, typically led by a dominant male alongside several females and their offspring. This cohesion serves as their primary shield against constant threats. Lions, hyenas, wild dogs, and crocodiles shadow every stage of the journey. A mare's gestation lasts between 12 and 13 months, usually resulting in a single foal. Remarkably, within minutes of birth, the newborn can stand and follow its mother, an essential advantage in a land where danger never pauses. Even so, fewer than half of all foals survive their first year. A stark reminder of nature's severity. Like a living river of black and white, the herd presses onward, drawing closer to the north. But the most lethal challenge still lies ahead, the infamous Mara River. Beneath its murky, deceptively calm surface, danger waits in silence. The water appears still, yet massive shadows drift below. A crocodile master of ambush lurks just meters away, its cold yellow eyes barely breaking the surface. Motionless as living stone, these predators wait for the perfect instant. Then the crossing begins. Water erupts into chaos in a fraction of a second. A massive crocodile explodes upward, jaws wide. Some zebras reach the far bank, leaving behind a violent swirl of foam, blood, and sediment. But This moment is only another routine event for the river's hunters. Beneath the surface, the colossal shadow slips back into silence, patient, waiting for the next chance. Across countless Mara crossings, few animals escape the jaws of these ancient predators. River crocodiles have existed since prehistoric times, changing little over more than 200 million years of evolution, remaining a constant threat to any herd that dares enter their domain. An adult can exceed 5 meters in length and weigh more than 700 kilograms. Its body is wrapped in thick, armor-like scales, and its golden eyes shine even in dark waters. Its jaws close with a bite force exceeding 2,000 kilograms, the most powerful in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bone with ease. Crocodiles are ambush specialists. They can remain perfectly still for hours, floating like driftwood. But when the moment comes, every muscle fires at once, a lightning strike of teeth that seize the prey and drag it beneath the surface. Once captured, the victim is subjected to the infamous death roll, tearing flesh as the water turns red. With a slow metabolism, these reptiles can go months without feeding. Their highly developed senses allow them to see and hear while nearly fully submerged. For all these reasons, during the Great Migration, the Mara River becomes the ultimate hunting ground, an arena perfectly suited to one of nature's most formidable predators. In the Mara River, where danger never truly fades, the threat does not come solely from the crushing jaws of crocodiles. These waters belong to another giant as well, the hippopotamus, the silent ruler of Africa's rivers. From the murky current, a massive dark shape rises. Bloodshot eyes glint beneath the fading light as it watches a pride of lions cautiously approaching the riverbank. Lions reign over the land. Hippos command the water. Two kingdoms, two immense forces meeting at a fragile boundary where life and death brush against each other. The tension erupts without warning. The clash is sudden and violent, yet it leaves no clear victor. Along this brutal stretch of the Mara, one truth remains unquestioned with bone-crushing jaws and an unforgiving temperament. Hippos continue to dominate the river as its undisputed masters. Reaching nearly 4 meters in length and protected by skin up to 5 centimeters thick, hippos may appear slow and clumsy at first glance, but beneath that bulk lies extraordinary power. Their mouths can open almost 180 degrees, revealing tusks over half a meter long, capable of delivering a bite even stronger than a lion's. Despite their size, hippos can sprint on land at speeds approaching 30 kilometers per hour and remain submerged for 4 to 5 minutes with ease, a clear warning to any intruder. Unlike lions or crocodiles, they are not meat hunters. Their diet is almost entirely herbivorous, and each night they may leave the water to consume up to 40 kilograms of grass. Yet their intense aggression and fierce territorial instinct make the hippopotamus one of Africa's most dangerous animals. Any challenger, whether crocodile or lion, that dares to test its authority risks paying a heavy price. During reproduction, a female's gestation lasts about 8 months, and she typically gives birth to a single calf, often in the water itself. At birth, the calf weighs around 40 kilograms, can swim immediately, and even nurses beneath the surface. From its first moments, it is shielded within the tight defensive circle of its mother and herd a closely bonded social structure that may include dozens of individuals. Most confrontations end with the intruder retreating, while the hippos retain control beneath the muddy waters. Still, even these formidable giants are not entirely untouchable. On rare occasions, massive crocodiles or reckless lions attempt an attack, but almost always, the target is a calf. This vulnerability marks the only crack in their seemingly absolute power. A young calf follows its mother toward the river, unaware of the rules of survival. When a colossal shadow rises from below, the water erupts in chaos. But the story does not end there. From the riverbed, the mother surges upward in explosive fury, turning the Mara into a violent storm of blood and foam. She charges straight at the crocodile. In the end, the reptile lies lifeless, drifting in the dark current. The female lifts her head, eyes blazing, standing guard. It is a scene that captures the raw force and near-sacred power of maternal instinct in the Mara River. In this river of death, strength is not born only from tusks or muscle, but from the unbreakable bond between mother and offspring. And it is this fierce devotion that transforms the seemingly calm, plant-eating hippopotamus into a force capable of defying every law of survival. And so, the story of the lion comes to an end, the undisputed symbol of power in the African savanna. A realm where dominance is never permanent and the crown must be defended every single day. Here, authority is not inherited. It is earned through blood, endurance, and split-second decisions. Every confrontation, every hunt, every roar carried by the wind is a declaration of survival. In this unforgiving land, even the king walks a fragile line. One mistake, one injury, one moment of weakness can turn the hunter into the hunted. Every breath matters. Every heartbeat determines whether the reign continues or comes to an end. The Savannah does not honor titles, it recognizes only those who can adapt and endure one more day. The lion does not rule by strength alone, but by its ability to face a world where life and death are separated by a single step. And as the sun sinks beyond the African horizon, its silhouette reminds us of an eternal truth in the wild. Power is temporary, but the struggle to survive never ends. If the raw strength and beauty of the natural world inspire you, don't forget to subscribe to Beast Call Nature and join us in the next adventure as we continue to explore the secrets of nature in its purest form. The African savanna is not a land of promises. It is a realm governed by the cost of survival. Every dawn begins with hunger, and every dusk carries the memory of loss. The earth bears silent traces of unfinished pursuits of lives that ended and of others that escaped by the narrowest margin. Survival here is not a tale of glory, but a relentless and demanding reality. Across these vast open plains, true refuge is rare. Tall grass conceals patient hunters, and even the shade of a solitary tree can become a place of danger. Each step requires judgment. Each movement is a measured risk. To live in this environment is to remain expedient, knowing that a single error, a brief distraction, or a moment's delay can change everything. Life is sustained through struggle and sacrifice. Prey endure constant tension injury and exhausting chases beneath an unforgiving sun. Predators in turn face frequent failure. Most hunts do not succeed, and they too suffer wounds and loss. In the African savanna, no creature is invulnerable, and safety is never guaranteed. Here, survival is earned through pain, fatigue, and often at the expense of another life. This is not cruelty, but an ancient order shaped by nature itself, where second chances are rare. In this world, existence means constant challenge, and enduring one more day is by itself a hard-fought victory. The warthog moves steadily across the dry, cracked ground, its head lowered and snout close to the surface. With each dig, clear marks are left on the hardened soil. Its long, curved tusks break through the earth, exposing roots that still retain traces of moisture. A solid build, thick skin, and sparse hair help protect the animal from extreme heat while reducing water loss. During the long dry season, the warthog adjusts its daily routine. It remains inactive during the hottest hours and travels mainly at dawn and dusk, when solar radiation is weaker. As food becomes scarce, it expands its range in search of roots and tubers. With a strong sense of orientation, it is able to return accurately to feeding areas visited weeks earlier. Each excavation disturbs the soil, creating small depressions that later collect rainwater when the wet season arrives. Seeds settle in these pockets and begin to sprout. What was once a barren surface slowly shows signs of new growth. Through repeated digging, warthogs keep the soil loose and support the natural regeneration of vegetation. At the sound of something unfamiliar, the animal freezes. Its ears rise and it turns toward the wind. If danger is detected, it retreats quickly to its burrow, always entering backward so its tusks face outward. Every movement follows a precise and deliberate pattern guided solely by survival. Although warthogs are rarely seen traveling together, their tracks spread across wide areas of the savanna. Each dug patch of ground, resting hollow and altered surface, becomes a resource for smaller species. Despite their solitary nature, warthogs play a vital ecological role, acting as natural engineers that shape the soil and support balance at lower levels of the ecosystem. Hidden within the tall grass, a lioness lies pressed close to the ground. The afternoon light reflects off her dust-covered coat. Ahead, a warthog moves slowly with its head down, unaware of the threat. The wind carries its scent away. The chase begins only when the distance closes to less than 30 meters. In seconds, the lioness accelerates, reaching speeds of nearly 65 kilometers per hour. The warthog reacts with a sharp turn and runs into open terrain. The lioness follows, but the uneven dry ground quickly reduces her speed. As the opportunity fades, she stops, steadies her breathing, and remains still among the grass. Energy must be conserved for the next attempt. Hunting is not an impulsive act, but a carefully structured sequence of behaviors. Within a pride, each individual has a role. Some advance, while others block escape routes. Every attempt tests coordination and patience. When a hunt succeeds, prey populations remain regulated and grasslands stay in balance. Afterward, the remains provide food for hyenas, vultures, and insects. In this way, energy moves through the ecosystem and nothing is wasted. Beneath the shade of acacia trees, the lion asserts its dominance with unwavering authority. It represents the highest expression of collective power among the great cats. Unlike the solitary cheetah, lions live and hunt in highly organized social groups known as prides. The male's mane is more than a visual feature. It serves as added protection during confrontations with rivals. Yet it is the lionesses, more agile and precisely coordinated, that carry out most of the hunting. Their ability to work together makes the lion a calculated and efficient predator, a rare strategy within the feline world. Ambushes most often take place at night or in the early hours of morning when cooler temperatures allow for longer pursuits. The lionesses spread out in a wide arc while one moves forward to separate a target from the herd. Once the prey is brought down, collective strength ensures the hunt ends quickly. Life within the pride, however, is not always stable. Conflict is not limited to the hunt. Internal disputes are frequent and determine access to food and social rank. While group living offers clear advantages, it also carries constant tension. Dominant males must continuously defend the pride against challengers. When a new male takes control, aggression reaches its peak. Offspring of the former leader may be eliminated to ensure that only the new genetic line continues. From a human perspective, this behavior may appear harsh. From a biological standpoint, it is a strategy that reinforces reproductive success in the savanna. The lion's roar is a clear declaration of power. More than a sound, it functions as a territorial signal. Its low-frequency call can travel up to 8 kilometers, forming an acoustic boundary that warns intruders that this land is claimed. For pride members that have strayed, the roar also serves as a guide leading them back. Even so, survival demands constant awareness. Large groups of hyenas can challenge a pride's control, and prolonged drought can sharply reduce available prey. The lion embodies a complex balance of strength, cooperation, and social conflict. Its presence alone alters the behavior of surrounding species, shaping the rhythm and structure of the entire savanna. On the savanna, lions stand at the top of the ecological pyramid. Their presence regulates prey numbers and helps prevent overgrazing of vegetation. As night falls, a lioness retreats to shaded areas to recover energy. Every action, stalking, sprinting, or resting forms part of a finely tuned energy balance that governs life in the wild. On an exposed mound, a group of mongooses spreads out to monitor the surroundings. One climbs to the highest point and rises onto its hind legs. Its eyes scan the landscape while its ears remain in constant motion. Even the slightest change in the grass is noted. They remain silent until a real threat emerges. In the distance, a lion moves carefully through the yellowed grass. The wind shifts and dry leaves rustle softly. The sound alone is enough to trigger alarm. A sharp, brief call passes through the group. Within seconds, the mongooses vanish into burrows or press flat against the ground. Mongooses are not direct participants in the predator-prey chain, yet they serve a vital role as an early warning system within the ecosystem. Their calls alert nearby animals, including small antelopes and ground-dwelling birds. The response spreads outward, creating a temporary zone of stillness across the savanna. Once the danger has passed, they return to their usual activities, digging for insects, eggs, larvae, and tender roots. Each small excavation improves soil aeration and increases water absorption. When old burrows are abandoned, the tunnels become shelter for snakes, lizards, or small birds. Through constant routines of vigilance, digging, and coexistence, mongooses help maintain ecological balance. Their small bodies link the underground world to the surface and help regulate the flow of awareness and alertness that shapes the rhythm of life on the savanna. Night settles over the savanna and temperatures drop quickly. Moisture begins to rise from the ground as spotted hyenas emerge from their dens. They move in a loose formation spaced apart to cover more territory. Ears remain upright, muzzles testing the air. In the darkness, sound and scent guide every step. A young antelope drifts away from its herd. A faint noise cuts through the night. The hyenas pause and adjust their direction. The hunt begins in complete silence, no calls, no growls. They advance cautiously, then suddenly surge forward. The chase lasts less than a minute, ending with a precise bite to the hindquarters of the prey. Coordination within the clan rivals that of many top predators. Each individual has a defined role. The leader sets the course while others close in from the sides. When the prey collapses, feeding follows a strict order. Their society is matriarchal. The dominant female controls the group and feeds first, followed by the rest. After the feeding ends, almost nothing remains. Bone, skin, and even marrow are crushed and consumed. Their highly efficient digestive system extracts nutrients from materials few species can process. There is no trace left behind, no lingering scent of decay. The ecological role of the hyena extends far beyond the hunt itself. They are natural recyclers, removing carcasses and limiting the spread of disease. Through this quiet but essential work, the savanna maintains balance even in the aftermath of death. Strong winds sweep across the open grasslands as a pack of African wild dogs begins to move. More than 10 individuals travel in single file, their pace perfectly synchronized. Their movement resembles a coordinated unit, with each animal holding its position without conflict or disorder. When prey is detected, communication occurs through subtle body signals, a tail movement, a brief turn, or a short call. The hunt then begins. There is no ambush and no attempt at concealment. The strategy relies on direct pursuit and endurance. These hunters can sustain speeds of nearly 55 kilometers per hour for more than 5 minutes, outperforming all other savanna predators in long-distance chases. The prey does not fall to an immediate strike, but to exhaustion. Once it can no longer continue, the group closes in swiftly and brings it down with precision. Feeding is rapid and organized. Meat is shared evenly with no displays of dominance or aggression. Every member of the pack, including the young and the injured, receives a portion. This fair distribution strengthens the unity and resilience of the group. The social structure of the African wild dog is among the most stable in the ecosystem. There is no absolute leader. Decisions emerge through shared signals and collective responses. This consensus-based system explains their exceptional efficiency, with hunting success rates exceeding 70%. After feeding, the pack rests briefly before resuming its journey. They do not defend fixed territories. Constant movement reduces overgrazing and limits direct competition with lions and hyenas. Through this continuous roaming, African wild dogs help regulate herbivore populations across vast areas, keeping the savanna dynamic and in balance. Cape buffalo live in large herds that can number in the hundreds. Each adult weighs over 770 kilograms, with a dense, powerful build and curved horns that form a natural defensive barrier. Their movement is slow and deliberate, with consistent spacing maintained between individuals. When a threat appears, the structure of the herd changes instantly. Adult males move outward to the perimeter while females and calves gather at the center. There are no audible signals or visible commands. The response emerges through instinctive coordination. When danger approaches, the herd does not flee, it confronts it. Dozens of horns lower at once as the circle tightens. The confrontation may last only seconds, yet it is often enough to drive away even a lion. In many cases, buffalo launch a countercharge, pursuing the predator and shielding injured members. Their true strength lies not in the power of any single animal, but in the unity of the group. This cohesion makes buffalo one of the few herbivores capable of standing their ground against large predators. As they move, they trample dry grass and create pathways later used by smaller species. When they stop, their waste enriches the soil and promotes plant growth. Within the savanna ecosystem, buffalo herds act as powerful engines of energy transfer from grass to predators and ultimately back to the land. Their presence ensures that this vital cycle continues without interruption. Across the open plains, herds of zebras move in long, unbroken lines. Hundreds of bodies advance, one after another, hooves striking the dry ground in a steady rhythm. Dust rises on the horizon. No single leader is visible. Movement is guided entirely by collective instinct. As water sources diminish, the herds adjust their course toward lower ground where moisture still remains. The migratory pattern of zebras is maintained through natural order. Adults set the pace, foals stay close, and the most vulnerable individuals remain protected within the group. When predators appear, the herd does not scatter. Instead, it forms curved or circular formations. Each animal responds to the movement of its neighbor, creating a chain reaction that functions as a defense system built on coordinated motion. The black and white stripes serve more than simple identification. They help regulate body temperature. When sunlight hits, the coat temperature differences between light and dark. Bands create small air currents that cool the skin. At the same time, the striped pattern disrupts a predator's visual focus during movement, acting as a highly effective form of dynamic camouflage. Over journeys that stretch for hundreds of kilometers, zebras lead the great migration of the Savannah. They open pathways later used by antelope and buffalo. Trampled grass allows fresh shoots to emerge after the rains, and their droppings fertilize the soil. Each movement reactivates the nutrient cycle of the grasslands. When the rains return, the march comes to a halt. The herds rest and wait for the next season to begin. The journey repeats year after year, precisely aligned with the rhythm of the climate, like a natural heartbeat that defines life across the African plains. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest leave the Serengeti and cross the Mara River in search of fresh grazing land. Their movement forms a living current that stretches for dozens of kilometers across the savanna. The ground trembles beneath the impact of thousands of hooves. Each animal follows the one ahead without hesitation. The migration is driven solely by the availability of water and grass. As rainfall shifts, the herds adjust their direction. There is no guide. Decisions arise from collective instinct. When the first wildebeest enters the river, the rest follow. The water is deep and the current strong, but instinct outweighs fear. Many do not make it across and are taken by the current. Their bodies become food for crocodiles, fish, and scavenging birds. Those that survive continue forward. Losses do not stop the movement, they are part of the natural cycle. Upon reaching new ground, the wildebeest feed on fresh grass that emerges after the rains. Their droppings enrich shallow soils, allowing the savanna to recover quickly. Months later, when grazing becomes scarce, the herds reverse their path and return along the same route. The migration never truly ends, it simply shifts direction with the seasons. The movement of wildebeest functions like a circulatory system for African ecosystems. It links distant plains and transports energy from one region to another. On a continental scale, their journey is the steady pulse of the savanna, an uninterrupted flow of life renewed year after year. Across the dry lands, African elephants move with a slow yet steady pace. Each deep step leaves a lasting imprint in the soil. The herd is made up of adult females, young calves, and an older matriarch who guides the journey. Their exceptional sense of smell allows them to locate water sources from many kilometers away. When they reach a dry riverbed, they use tusks and feet to dig until they uncover underground moisture. This simple action creates water holes that sustain other species, birds, antelope, monkeys, and even lions. During the dry season, each pool becomes a temporary gathering point for life. For this reason, elephants are considered natural engineers of the savanna, capable of shaping the landscape through their behavior. They consume hundreds of kilograms of vegetation each day. Grass bark roots and dry branches. By pushing over trees and breaking limbs, they open clearings that allow sunlight to reach the ground, encouraging new plant growth. Their droppings carry undigested seeds across long distances, supporting plant regeneration far from its source. The presence of elephants defines the health and productivity of the ecosystem. As they travel, they flatten grass, loosen the soil, and speed up decomposition. When elephants disappear, the savanna loses balance. The ground hardens and vegetation begins to decline. Every footprint they leave is not just a mark, but the beginning of another cycle. Elephants do not hunt, yet nearly all species depend indirectly on their actions. This is how nature functions. True strength is not measured by destruction, but by the ability to sustain life. A giant of the savanna moves forward with the caution of a seasoned fighter. The rhinoceros, covered in thick armor-like skin, conveys a sense of near impenetrable strength. Weighing more than 2,200 kilograms, its mere presence commands respect. Unlike elephants, rhinos live largely solitary lives, spending much of the day grazing or resting in shaded areas. Despite its size and power, its eyesight is poor. To compensate, the rhinoceros relies on an exceptionally sharp sense of smell. When it detects a threat, its response can be sudden and forceful, launching into a charge that can reach speeds close to 50 kilometers per hour. Its horn, used as a forward-facing weapon, turns this charge into a formidable defense. Near muddy pools, the rhinoceros rolls and coats its body in a thick layer of mud. This behavior provides natural protection against parasites and intense solar radiation. The horn itself is made of keratin, the same material found in human hair, yet it can grow to more than 1.5 meters in length. Combined with the animal's speed and mass, it becomes an ancient tool of remarkable power, capable of overturning vehicles in rare encounters with humans. Although elephants and rhinoceroses differ in behavior and lifestyle, both play critical roles within the ecosystem. Their movements, feeding habits, and the changes they impose on the landscape create microhabitats used by countless species, from small birds to insects. These giants do not merely dominate the savanna, they support it, maintaining the balance that allows life across the African plains to endure. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 3 seconds and sustain extreme speeds for 20 to 30 seconds. Its highly flexible spine allows strides of up to 7 meters. The black lines running from its eyes reduce glare from the sun and sharpen visual focus on moving prey. Today, the cheetah is classified as vulnerable, with fewer than 7,000 individuals remaining in the wild. Habitat loss and competition with larger predators pose its greatest threats, placing constant pressure on its survival. Hunting demands absolute precision. The cheetah assesses the terrain, selects the angle of approach, and tracks its target with intense focus before releasing a final burst of speed. There is no margin for error. After a successful capture, it must feed quickly before scavengers or stronger predators arrive to take over. Its movement across open grasslands is fluid and highly responsive. Long strides and explosive acceleration allow it to adapt instantly to sudden changes in terrain. Every hunt is a perfect alignment of muscle power, speed, and timing. Cheetahs directly influence populations of antelope and other herbivores. By hunting selectively, they help maintain ecological balance within the grasslands. Their activity shifts with the seasons and prey availability. As the landscape changes, the cheetah adjusts its strategy to remain effective. In open ecosystems, the cheetah serves as a keystone species, an essential regulator within the savanna's food web, where every sprint shapes the balance between life and survival. This chapter of the African savanna now comes to a close, a landscape where life and death exist side by side at every moment. Here, struggles for survival are not rare dramas, but essential forces that have sustained this ecosystem for thousands of years. Every chase, every confrontation, and every escape, whether successful or not, keeps the delicate machinery of wildlife in motion. Across these vast plains, survival means accepting constant risk, facing hunger, exhaustion, and danger with unwavering resolve. There are no permanent victors and no final defeats, only species that adapt, endure, and move forward, driven by the oldest instinct on Earth. Survival here is earned through effort, exposure, and sometimes at the cost of life itself. Yet beyond the harshness of these scenes lies a deeper message. This wild world must be understood and protected. Every animal plays an irreplaceable role, and the loss of one disrupts the balance of all. Preserving the African savanna means preserving a living story, one that continues to be written each day beneath an unforgiving sun. If this journey through the wild has informed you, moved you, or sparked your curiosity, we invite you to support this project. Like the video, subscribe to Beast Call Nature and join us in future explorations of the animal world, where life reveals itself in its most raw, powerful, and authentic form.